A bad omen is a warning, a sign to stop and reconsider. Proceed with caution. Kelly Armstrong, author.
Number 5. The Dark Angel of the Twin Towers. Leading up to the tragic events of September 11th, 2001, several people reported seeing a black winged creature flying around the World Trade Centers a few days prior to the terrorist attacks. As the second plane was colliding into the World Trade Center, many people were reported seeing a black flying creature flying parallel to the plane and continuing onward. In the days that followed, several of these witnesses reported that men in black approached them and warned them not to continue reporting about seeing this flying creature in the sky.
Number 4. The Fukushima Spectre. In the months leading up to the Fukushima disaster, two friends from America were touring around the reactors there in Fukushima, Japan. They heard a loud whoosh sound like a wave from the distance, which at first is what they thought it was, followed by a second loud whoosh. At that point they heard a horrible screech, like the sound of a city bus slamming on its brakes when the brakes are far too old, except much, much louder. They looked up to see a dark, large, humanoid presence. It whooshed its wings again and started circling around the reactor. They noticed it had bright, glowing, blood-red eyes that seemed to be emanating with a fire from within. After watching it circle around several times, just awestruck by its presence, the creature disappeared into the night. It wasn't until some months later, when they were back in America, when they saw the announcement on CNN about the Fukushima disaster, did they realize the importance of the run-in. Because it was the exact same reactor. They saw the winged creature circling around.
Number 3. The Crimean Crow. The Crimean War lasted from 1854 to 1856, pitting Russian troops against Franco-British troops in a battle for dominance of the Turkish Holy Land. During a very nasty 6-day battle, both forces realized that the following day was the ominous Ides of March, or March 15th. Both sides agreed to a 24-hour truce in honor of this superstitious holiday. Under the cover of darkness, 5 Russian troops left camp planning to attack the enemy shortly after midnight. Before they made it to their destination, the soon-to-be lone survivor of the men reported the skies became pitch black and looked up to see a massive, headless, crow-like animal soaring in circles above them. Distraught, the men lost their bearings and began unknowingly sneaking back towards their own camp. Believing the 5 men were enemy troops, the Russian troops fired upon them, killing all of them but one. Few believed the man's story of the creature, but fewer would be left to repeat it, as the following day was one of the bloodiest battles of the entire war.
Number 2. The Freiburg Shrieker. Early in the morning, on September 10th, 1978, a large group of workers in Freiburg, Germany were heading off to the mine to begin a long day of labor. As they approached the mine entrance, they found a man cloaked in all black. They believed him to be wearing a trench coat. As they approached the man, they realized how wrong they were, as he unfurled large black wings. As the men failed to fall back, it released a horrible shriek, described by the listeners as 50 men screaming. At the same time, a train engine shattered. The group of men fell back, not sure what to do with themselves. About an hour later, they saw a large plume of dust come exploding out of the mine entrance. The mine had collapsed. Turns out if the men were all at their post, at least 36 of them would have died there. But more curious than that, the mysterious black entity had disappeared. This makes this case particularly odd, because this is one of the few times this entity intervened to prevent the loss of life.
Number 1. The Black Bird of Chernobyl. In the early parts of April 1986, the people around the Chernobyl power plant began to experience a string of odd phenomena. Several people in the area reported seeing a mysterious creature described as a large, headless man with giant wings and glowing red eyes. People who reported seeing it began having horrible nightmares, receiving threatening phone calls, and reported several of their own encounters with the creature. On April 26, 1986, at 1:23 a.m., Reactor 4 of the power plant suffered a steam explosion that resulted in a massive nuclear meltdown. The power plant spewed a plume of radioactive fallout that stretched into Western Europe and as far east as the eastern parts of North America. It resulted in the resettlement of over 300,000 people and is considered the worst nuclear power accident in history. The workers who survived the horrific explosion claimed to have seen a large, bird-like creature with a 20-foot wingspan gliding through the swirling plumes of the irradiated smoke coming from the reactor. No reports of the creature followed the accident, leaving many of the workers who would later die of radiation poisoning to speculate on what they saw that day.
Hey guys, and thank you for tuning into this top 5 video.
Hope you guys enjoyed this video because I know that we had a lot of fun making it. If there was a Mothman sighting that you guys felt that should have been in this video, leave it in the comments below. If there's a video that you guys would like to see us to do, leave it in the comments below because this video was requested by a fan, and we are always wanting to do the content that you guys enjoy. And if you really like the video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And as always, keep believing,
because we'll keep listening.